Let's get it. Scoop. Scoop. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Now, let's get it. Scoop. Scoop. That's right. Now, let's get it. Scoop. Scoop.
Allow me to show you.
That's right. Now, let's get it. Scoop. Scoop. That's right. Now, let's get it. Scoop.
I've got a different idea.
Hey, welcome. Sorry about the late start there. Jenny, how's it going? Welcome. Been a while. Glad you could make it. Little headbang in there. That was a pretty good tune. Hours watched, 105 messages sent, 2,801, and over 220 emotes sent. Is that redheaded stepchild stats? I imagine. Second favorite channel according to Twitch. Yeah. What is Twitch? No. That's funny. I'd be curious to see what other people's stats are for my channel. One of my top #1 used emotes for my channel was the trombone, all pretty much done by TD Trombone Dalek. So that's pretty funny. I thought that was hilarious. Right. One of my top used emotes. The #1 emote. I don't know if you were here for this, Jenny. We went over this, but my #1 emote is the sad face. #1 was Jade's. Yeah. Ooh, 322. Nice. 2,000. Wow. 10 times the number of emotes. Mine's a happy face. Yeah, I don't know what it is about my channel. I just bring out the sadness in people. So, yeah, that's cool. He streams much longer and I lurk a lot more. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I remember we talked about all this. Oh, okay, you were here for that? I wasn't sure. I can't remember anything. Country Girl tells me that last time I streamed, which she said was last Tuesday, I've yet to check any records of this, that I said I was not streaming tonight. I also said I was going to stream on Friday, and then I didn't, so... yeah, I don't know. Apologies for the confusion, for anyone who was paying attention, or even if you weren't paying attention. I talked to Katie and Eric recently, and they were both like, "Oh, you stream tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I do," and then I totally forgot about the Nutcracker. Not all of us. Country Girl and Ellie saw it once, and Ellie loved it, and then Isaac was like, okay, now I gotta see it. So then we bought more tickets and went and saw it again. And I went this time, so it was fun. I have maybe seen it once before. Oh no! Katie has no power and barely any service, so Twitch won't load on my phone. Hope you have a good stream. Sad. Do crying react to that? Your lights have been flickering? Wow. I did get some high wind advisory warnings on my devices. But I live in a valley, which most of you probably know. And so we're fairly well shielded from bad weather like that, but yeah, so we're fairly well sheltered from all that, so that's cool. Jake played Neverhood Chronicles. It was amazing. You should get it. You should if you can get the game file, or just the engine he loaded it on. Yeah, in 1996, it's all claymation, a claymation video game. Whoa. Well, that's a great picture. Thanks. Twitch. Eric, you're here. Hello. Well, maybe a game. We'll see. What is this game? Neverhood Chronicles. Helps if I spell it right. The Neverhood Chronicles video game. Oh yeah, this looks familiar. Huh. I don't think I ever played it, but yeah, Eric, we'll see. The plan is to play more Tomb Raider, get through that, and then play some Noita, and then we'll figure out what we're doing after that. But with how late it is, I don't know. Maybe we'll just chat. Maybe we'll hang out for a bit. We'll see. I was gonna tell you all a little bit about the Nutcracker, and show off some of my Christmas haul that I got. You saw it on the Discord channel probably, but for those of you that aren't familiar with some of the items, I thought I'd cover them real quick. But also, happy holidays. Yes. Yeah, I know. I turned the autofocus on my camera on for some reason a while back. And I just haven't remembered to turn it back off. Third day of Christmas, yes. Christmas holidays and exciting as those awesome games you've got. Well, yeah, I don't know. It happens. I have good years and bad years. Mine are cat related. Hey, there you go. And house stuff. House stuff is nice. There are so many house things that I wish I could get. Speaking of which, I thought I was getting something for Christmas and I didn't get that thing. Interesting. Yeah, so apologies for the miscommunication and missing streams and starting them late. And Country Girl says I wasn't even supposed to be streaming today, but what thing? Oh, it was my mom was talking to me about it's a microwave, a toaster oven, and an air fryer all in one unit. She's like, is that something that you would want? And I was like, well, I love my air fryer and I love my toaster oven, and the microwave is nice, and if we could combine all of those into one unit, then sure, yeah, space saving, exactly. Did you get a Ninja Foodie? I don't know what that is. That would be space saving. Yeah. Yeah, so she was like, is that something you might want for Christmas? I was like, yeah, totally, that'd be cool. I said I might keep our air fryer because it's got a pretty good sized basket in it. We can air fry quite a bit of stuff. And the way she described the combo one sounded like it wasn't going to be super big. My coolest gift is a pet camera and treat dispenser. Nice. That's fun. Is the camera accessible from an app so you can just spy on them at any time? Yeah, so Merry Christmas to all. My keyboard is peeling apart, the palm rest for it. I'll show you a few of the things I got. Yeah, and dispense treats to them from my phone. Nice. Okay. So this one here is pretty fun. This is called Roll For It, and it is a dice rolling game, as you may have guessed by the title. And the way it works is you get cards like these laid out on the table. Oh, that's hard to see. There it is. That's probably the reason why I set it to autofocus, Jenny. So that I could focus on things like that. They all look similar to this, where they have like a pattern of dice on them, either all the same or a run or something like that. And then each player has their own colored dice. And so you're rolling your dice and you're allocating them to different cards. There's like 4 to 8 cards on the table or something like that. So you're allocating your cards to your dice to different cards, and trying to purchase the cards by paying with your dice. You get your dice back after a purchase, but once you one of your actions can be to claim all of your dice and pick them up again, but then you no longer have them as purchasing power for those cards. So it's kind of a tricky balance between, like, you know, going for like whatever the card says. Maybe it's, you know, if it has like that card I showed you only had 2 dice on it, so it only takes 2 dice of a value 1 to purchase. There's other that are like 5 dice, all a value 6, right? And while 6 is just as likely to roll as any other die, if you're using 5 of your dice and you only have, I don't know, 5 or 6 dice in total, then that's going to be hard to do. And you can't buy anything else while working toward that card, right? So, I also got Parks, the expansion for Parks, Wildlife, which I don't know much about. Expand your park experience with the new parks, gear, canteens, seasons, trail sites, wildlife, and more. So yeah, if you're not familiar with Parks, it's beautifully illustrated pictures of real parks in the United States. And and you like hike trails, gather resources, and then use those resources to visit parks and claim them for victory points. This is an expansion for that. So there you go. This one looks like a lot of fun. This is Happy Little Dinosaurs. Smile, it's almost over. The description is really good on this one. Lately, it feels like we're all just dinosaurs trying to avoid the falling meteors. In this 2 to 4 player game, you'll try to dodge all of life's natural, predatory, and emotional disasters. You might fall into a pit of hot lava, get attacked by a saber-toothed squirrel, or be ghosted by your dino date. But the dino who survives it all wins the game. So yeah, that looks like fun. Little track on the back that you have to like progress through to win. Some examples of cards at the top. Probably hard to see with the glare, but not a game, but I'm really excited about building Minecraft nether portals in Lego. That's fun. I build these sometimes with my kids, though they're much more into Playmobil. Yeah, right? I've got a couple of them, and they come with instructions to build like what is shown on the box, but then the idea is you can create like multiple different like versions or whatever. Set it up however you want. You can tear it down and build something new, right? Because it's Minecraft. It's also Lego. I've got a couple of them. They're a lot of fun. I got the Exploding Kittens Recipe for Disaster. 13 different games, all in one box, including like the original Exploding Kittens. There's like a 2-player version that you can play. New to Exploding Kittens, it tells you how to play. It's got a bunch of extra rules. All the expansion packs, I think. It includes a Cone of Shame, so how can you go wrong? Throw Burrito, I have never played, but sounds phenomenal. It sounds amazing. Also got Lego Jurassic World, excuse me. This one is especially fun because my son Isaac loves Jurassic World, loves the Lego Jurassic World and the Camp Cretaceous, and this Carnotaurus is one of his favorite and most recognizable dinosaurs. So that's fun. Oh yeah, I got a couple other one more dice rolling game. Roll the Bones, kind of a pirate themed one. This is more age appropriate for some of my kids, so they can play with me, and it's pirate themed. They love pirates. Also another Minecraft Lego set, Underwater Focus. Well, underwater with pufferfish and drowned. And then some less fun but very useful fingerless gloves, and a camera with a flashlight with a rotating head. Magnetic on the bottom so you can stick it to things. Pretty awesome. I'm excited. Use it to work on my computer down there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. We did an extra early Christmas with my dad, and then we did one with the in-laws and one with my mom and my family on that side. So lots to do. We're all still really exhausted. But had a good time. So that's what matters, right? Holy crap, I've played a game that you haven't? What game? Oh, you've played Throw Burrito? marking this day on my calendar. Eric, there are a lot of games that I haven't played. I'll have you know. There's a lot of games that I won't play, but oh, okay, yeah, no, the opportunities just never come up. It's been available to play once or twice, and I was like, oh, that game looks like so much fun, I should play it, and then I don't because I'm playing something else, or I'm not playing anything. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, made by the people who did the Oatmeal and Exploding Kittens and stuff, as you all probably know. And Kitty Letters. One for Eric. Pizza cake, what? So yeah, we went and saw the Nutcracker tonight. That was fun. Really expensive, but fun. I mean, maybe it's not that expensive as far as, like, you know, musicals and plays and stuff go, but it's not something that I do often. So for me, it feels rather expensive, but it was a good time. It felt short, but I don't know. They finished the first act, or the first half, or whatever you call it, and I was like, we're taking an intermission now? Like, what's left to do? There's not much left. And then they spent like the entire second half on the like Candyland place and having like a bunch of different people come out and dance the different parts. And so it was really cool. Really, really talented people. It was a lot of fun. I don't know how much Isaac enjoyed it. We were all fairly hungry. We didn't get a chance to eat dinner beforehand, so we're all fairly hungry going into it. But and Ellie had seen it once before. She actually saw a different performance. The Seattle theater. Well, I say Seattle like there's only one theater in Seattle. Hall something Hall. Come on, phone. The Nutcracker at McCaw Hall. McCaw Hall off of Mercer. Yep, that one, Eric. Good job. Yes, we were just in your neck of the woods at McCaw Hall. Last week, I had a hard time finding my tickets because they... Okay, whatever. Unimportant. I haven't been doing a good job of stretching my finger. I can feel it. That's exciting. I love Pacific Northwest Ballet. Yeah, it was a well done performance. The music was phenomenal. One of my favorite things, I was telling Country Girl, is they started the show off with That's Who My Choir Sang With in September. Oh, cool. That's fun. So they started the show off with an animated video, and it was just like, I think it was just a slow zoom on a house, on the front of a house, and once you got so close to the house, then it transitioned into like the entryway, so you can see a bunch of photos up on the wall and a big door in the middle, and you could see like the little girl and the boy like sleeping on the chair or whatever, and they woke up and they're peering through the keyhole or whatever. But the way that they transitioned from each of those was so seamless. At one point you can see the white screen that is, projected against going up as kind of just a shadow, right? Behind the mesh that they have in place there. And so you can kind of see it going up as a shadow, but the whole background behind it is completely black, so you can't really see anything behind the screen, and you're still seeing the projected wall with all the photos and the door and everything, and the little girl's like still running up to it and like peeking through the keyhole or whatever, and then they change the lighting just a bit, and the whole background lights up, and it's just really smooth and really clean. And that was probably my favorite part. And the rest of the show was good, but that was like really cool. Maybe that's pretty common in... Yeah, that's good stuff. Shoot that into my veins. That's some good stuff. Yeah. There's nothing like magical stagecraft. Yes, and they did a lot of moving parts on stage. So some of the stage pieces would like drive themselves, off of the stage or whatever, or back onto the stage. And they dropped a lot of set pieces down and pulled them up, and the Christmas tree, when she's starting to dream or whatever, transition into the Nutcracker world, the tree, they took the whole tree, and you could see the whole tree as it was, but then they raised the tree, and the whole thing was a triangle, so the base was really, really wide, and they just kept raising and raising and raising to make it look like she was shrinking. And then as they did that, they pulled off the other set items, pulled back like double, triple sized, items, brought them back. They pulled back the background and they dropped in like a larger balcony, like, door, those giant windows that open up onto the balcony or whatever, that sort of thing. Yeah, it was super cool. They just like slid everything out and back in, and pretty quick and pretty cool looking. But there was one time, oh yeah, she was carrying around this little bed, the little girl in the story, and she had the Nutcracker on it, and she set it down, and then she like turned away for a moment, and again, maybe it had like a remote control car or something in it, but it just took off. she like goes, no, wait. And then a big one, like a giant full-size bed, like wheels in by itself, does a little loop, and then parks, and it's got a full-size person, boy, on it, dressed like the Nutcracker. So it was a lot of fun. Again, I don't know how much Isaac and Ellie cared for it, but I enjoyed it, and the music was really, really good. So yeah, really fun. Ugh. How was everyone else's Christmases? Did you do anything fun? Eric, I know you told me about what you did, but who cares if they liked it? I question their taste anyway. Yeah, and honestly, honestly, who cares if they liked it, right? I think at their age, the more important thing is that they had the experience, right? Maybe they'll grow up and they won't like, plays like that. Maybe they will. Maybe this will be the springboard that takes them off into their love of plays or something. I don't know, right? But I think, and not just with plays, but I think exposing them to a lot of different things. Sure. Exposing them to a variety of things, right? can not only just like inspire passion in them, but also just expose them to a lot of different things. Fought, sure. I don't know. That's what am I trying to say? Just there's a problem in this country and probably worldwide of people just not being exposed to certain things or other people groups. We're getting there, Eric. And that lack of exposure builds like an unfamiliarity and a fear sometimes. And I think, exposing people to other cultures and other things that they haven't experienced is only going to do good for people. My Christmas was wonderful. I was able to be home, felt relatively well. Yeah, that's great. I was following your progress, Jenny, leading up to Christmas, and I saw you post that you were going back to the hospital, and I was like, ah! And then you posted that you were going home and you were able to spend Christmas with your family. I was like, whew, that's good. Spend Christmas Eve and morning with my sister, and then after that we were at dad and stepmom's house. It was nice to see you, the kids, and country girl on Christmas Eve, even though it was very brief. Yes, Hugh is right. Exposing kiddos to people with disabilities is also very important. Yes, indeed. Yep. And again, because like if they don't have that experience, right, then the only way that they know how to treat people of any particular group is things they've heard, things they've seen on TV, which we all know is completely accurate representation, or things on the internet or whatever. Isaac took a look at you in a wheelchair. Nice. Yeah. And honestly, like, we could do more to expose them to different groups that they just don't have a lot of interactions with. But I don't know. I like to think we're doing okay in that regard, at least. But yeah, that familiarity brings comfort and understanding for the issues that certain people groups face, and I think that's really important. But also plays and cultural experiences or whatever are great. The creative arts, we'll say. The Neverhood Chronicle was released on PlayStation, Microsoft Windows, and DOS. There's a throwback for you. Interesting. I just still have the Google search open. Yeah, it says PlayStation. That's what I read. That's what Google said. Ooh. So, I got a Steam gift card. What a window in time. Yeah. I got a Steam gift card for Christmas, and no, you can't pick what I'm gonna buy with it because I already bought something with it. But what I did buy was Jade's playthrough was fun. Nice. I've had this game on my wish list for ages and ages, and I've always put off buying it. Simultaneous PlayStation and DOS release. That makes me feel something. Yes. I don't know if it was simultaneous or re-released for PlayStation or something. It didn't say on Google, but So anyway, I bought this game called Divinity Original Sin 2, the definitive edition. It is a like pen and paper, like I think it's turn-based RPG. It's a game that I'm gonna nerd out on pretty hard, right? One of my favorite things to do is play RPGs and just like min-max, right? Like, how can I get the most out of this character with the stats given? Yeah, Jenny loves to blow off her head for Jade. And Twitch stats prove it too. She has more Jade hours than she does Redhead hours. Speaking of which, Eric or anyone else that is watching, you should have the option to get your like Twitch recap, and that'll tell you like your most used emotes, your most watched channels. Eric. You should look all that up because it's fun. I love stats. But anyway, so RPGs, I just love to min-max characters and try to figure out how to make them like as powerful as they can be. So I actually felt bad for mentioning him. Thanks for confirming. No, you're good. You're good. Jay's a cool guy, and I'm glad that other people want to watch his streams or lurk, as the case may be. So yeah, I don't know if I'll play it on stream. Mostly, well, partly because I'm gonna nerd out on it. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna like, do what I can to min-max my characters as much as possible. And also because it's going to take a long time, probably. I'm not gonna get to like Noita. Well, I'll play Noita, but I'm not gonna get to like Hades or Hollow Knight or Tomb Raider or all these other games that I have on my games to stream queue, right? So the caveat there being, if all of you go, whoa, Divinity Original Sins 2 Definitive Edition, that game slaps, and I want to watch Redheaded Stepchild play that game above all else, then sure, okay, I'll play it on stream. but if that's not your reaction, if you're like, huh? Or if you're like, ugh, RPG? Ugh. Or min-maxing? Ugh, yuck. We'll do a poll on Discord. Yes. Then I think I'll lean toward not playing it on stream just because it's not that popular. So, yeah, I don't know. It's been out for a long time. I say a long time, but I don't actually know. Store page. What was the release date? Yeah, 2017. So, coming up September. So, 5 years now. But yeah, check it out on Steam or check out a trailer on YouTube or something if you are interested. I could even post a video in Discord with the poll, so people have a chance to like look it over or whatever. But I'm super excited about playing it. And I just don't want to delay like good streaming games for it. Man, I say yes to all of this. You say yes to min-maxing, yes to RPGs, yes to taking my time. Did we ever look up like if that game is available and what platforms or whatever it's on? On Steam? Oh. Earthworm Jim right there on Steam. I feel like we did look that up. And it is here on Steam. It is $20? Oh, okay. It includes Earthworm Jim, Earthworm Jim 2, Earthworm Jim 3D. All reviews are mixed. Meh. Similar to Portal. What? How? How is that at all similar to Portal? Because it's a platformer? Oh, it's on Switch too? Nice. That's what Steam says. Is this game relevant to you? Similar to games you've played. Portal. Alright. If you say so, Steam. Genre is action. It's not similar to Portal. That's what I thought. Your nephew just beat 1 and 2? Nice. They are phenomenal games. Best played, knowing as little as possible going into them, but given how long they've been out, I imagine that's hard. Oh no. This is one of the first reviews on Steam is a half an hour in, not recommended. And they say, an amazing game slaughtered on the PC. It's basically a direct port of Earthworm Jim on the PC and DOS. From that, you can expect all the problems that come with a port like this. No controller support, complicated keyboard settings, audio issues, slowdown, and many other things. Personally, you are much better off playing the Super Nintendo and Genesis originals on the Wii Virtual Console version. If you can't get those, then I would suggest Earthworm Jim HD for the Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network. Even if you're a hardcore PC gamer, you deserve a lot better ports for a game like Earthworm Jim. Do not buy this game. Oh, that's sad. I would get it for Switch then if we did. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm also very sleepy. Long weekend of oh, apparently the creator of Earthworm Jim said some racist stuff. We can put that one to bed. Ooh, yikes. That's not great. Man, that sucks, right? I was a huge fan of the Dilbert comics growing up, and still, like, they're hilarious, right? What's Earthworm Jim? It is an insane game about this worm inside of like a suit, like a humanoid suit, and you like shoot a gun and like grapple hook and platform jump to different things. It's weird. Look it up. It's weird. But yeah, Dilbert, love the comics. Super love the comics growing up. Would read them in Sunday newspapers all the time. If you don't know what newspapers are, look it up. It's fantastically dumb. You would hate it, Country Girl. But yeah, the author of the Dilbert comics, I can't remember anything specific that he's done or said, but it's not great. Maybe he's an election results denier or something. I can't remember. I did say that, Eric, because there are people alive that probably don't know what newspapers are. Are you shocked by that fact? Because I don't think you should be shocked by that. That's a real thing. I mean, you've seen I've talked about the meme all the time. One moment here. In your audience, though, I don't know who's watching. Maybe. Here you go, Eric. This one's for you. Zoom in at all? Yeah, there we go. Just for you, Eric. I was gonna say the demographic doesn't know newspapers, probably not the ones watching. You're welcome, Eric. Anytime. No, you're probably right in my streams. But that being said, I do have like some pretty young people in my Discord. I think a brief search looks like the Dilbert author is a Trumper. Yeah. Because he's a white man. Jeez. Oh no. That's it, dude. It's because you're white. People hate white people. Oh man. I'm gonna have to save that one. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I thought he was a Trumper, and maybe an election results denier or something like that. Yeah, I don't remember the details. I've heard his name come up a few times in conversation, in videos and stuff like that. Which super sucks, right? It super sucks when cool people do really bad things. Kevin Spacey. Man, that one hit me hard. That one sucked. Yeah, it's just, what are you gonna do? Because like, you love the things that they do, but then you hear about the things that they did. There are so many. Yeah, right? Yeah, I hate it. I hate it all. Oh, there's so many. Let's see, what else? We've got New Year's coming up. Any big New Year's plans? I don't know. My New Year's plans in general, and our New Year's plans as a family tend to be skiing. Ooh, skiing over New Year's. Gonna ski into the new year. My New Year's plans and my family's New Year's plans tend to be like, no idea what we're gonna do. Oh, hey, someone invited us to this thing kind of last minute, so yeah, I guess we'll go. And that's about it. That happens every year. Every time. And I mean, it's fine, I guess. But and some hangout with Scott and Marcus. Nice. How are they doing? I haven't spoken with them a lot recently. That's often how mine go too. Yeah. How are they doing back in Washington? That's really cool that they're back. I know Scott had fought sure. I know Scott's back in school, so that's really cool. That's fun. Going back to school would be super weird. I think I would maybe enjoy it or enjoy some aspects of it, but it'd be super weird. They're good. Scott's finished trimester or whatever kind of term they're on. Nice. Okay. That's fun. And he is majoring in, is it music? I want to say music, but I feel like it's something else. Music makes sense given the things I know about him. But I feel like it's something else. Oh, and Marcus, he was in real estate in Hawaii. Has he transitioned that? Coral conduct? Yeah. Okay, I was on the right track. Has he transitioned that that job, that skill set here to Washington? He's doing real estate here in the Seattle area, I imagine. Yeah, I thought that was super strange when they were like, he was really getting into that real estate gig of his, and then they just like, oh, we're going back to Washington. All right, cool. I mean, real estate is a easily transferable profession because everyone needs a place to live. You can do it just about anywhere, I would imagine. Working at a restaurant, has a few real estate clients still in Hawaii, but he's working on getting up and running with it here. Okay, very cool. That is awesome. I am glad to hear that. Very cool. All right, well, what are we gonna do? We are actually almost at the end time for our stream. Got about 15 minutes left. So what I think I'll do is I'll set up a poll, and it'll be something along the lines of, after we finish Tomb Raider and after we have played a Katie level of satisfaction amount of Noita, which I say that I don't actually know how much Noita will satisfy her. But also, I'm not, like, I really want to play Noita. I'm super excited for that game. So after we finish Tomb Raider, after we played Noita, should we play Divinity Original Sins 2? That's a very specific amount. Well, she's the one that bought the game for me, so... And the type of game it is, it's somewhat of a roguelike. Or maybe it is 100% a roguelike. You just don't, quote unquote, beat those games, right? This is not in my favorites list. Okay, there we go. So you just really don't beat those kind of games, right? And so I have to give it a stopping point, right? Stop that. I have to pick a point to stop, otherwise we'll just play and play and play and play. I mean, it's like if I went back to Risk of Rain 2, right? I love that game. I could play more of it, but playing it on stream gets a little repetitive. And unless you are, one, really good at the game, or two, have a fan base, a viewer base that is really into the game, I just don't think it works super well, right? I watch a streamer that played a lot of Risk of Rain 2 when it came out, and so a lot of his viewers are there for Risk of Rain. and he's a great personality too, which makes it all the better. And so when he switches to other games, he still does really well on stream, but he a large part of his fan base is there for Risk of Rain 2 stuff. So he's been covering the transition to Gearbox, which I don't know if I've talked about on stream much, but I've shared in our group chat enough that Eric probably has heard enough of this. But yeah, Gearbox is doing full production of all new Risk of Rain titles. Remember that night you got like 20 new South American Facebook followers when you're playing Minecraft? Yeah. Minecraft is hugely popular. I never get tired of it. Lies. I don't believe you for a moment. Yeah, no, if I wanted to get a lot of followers, I could probably just play a bunch of Minecraft. Specifically on Facebook. Twitch probably does okay, but Facebook has so much more access for viewers to get engaged with a new streamer, right? One that they've never seen before. Whereas Twitch is hard. Twitch is hard. YouTube is hard as well. You gotta hit that algorithm sweet spot. But anyway, so Noita, I really want to play it. I'm looking forward to it, but we have to pick a stopping point because it will never end. Which is part of the draw to the game. YouTube is evil. I mean, yeah. YouTube, Facebook, Amazon. YouTube's owned by Google, so Google, like, show me a wholly good corporation and I will eat my shoe. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, the poll will be after we finish Tomb Raider, after we play enough of Noita, should we play Divinity Original Sin 2, or should we play Hades or something, right? Oh yes, they're all evil. I mostly mean that it's virtually impossible to take off on YouTube. Ah, right, sure. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, the difference, YouTube is arguably easier than Twitch, though. Because Twitch is really only a streaming platform. It's not a it's not an engine that can get you like more views and so like as opposed to Twitch, compare it to Facebook and YouTube, you have your news feed and you have your like homepage, right? And while YouTube arguably does a pretty bad job of highlighting streamers, both YouTube and Facebook have a really, really good setup for just kind of scrolling through stuff, right? You just scroll and you scroll and you scroll and, oh, that looks interesting. And, you know, okay, go back, scroll and oh, that looks interesting, you know. And so the chances of you being discovered on YouTube or Facebook is so much higher than it is on Twitch. And that being said, to actually, in your words, take off on YouTube is still a bit of a challenge, because you do have to hit that sweet spot where the algorithm's like, ooh, this is generating views and likes and stuff, so we'll put this up at the top, and then more people see it and it just blows up from there, right? That's arguably hardest or harder to do on YouTube than it is to get, you know, like the random new viewers. Twitch is the hardest, but what? For promotion channel viewers, the price is lower than any competitor. Quality is guaranteed. Hey, thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. Banned. Excellent. Yeah, so Twitch, the only reason that Twitch is still a thing really is because it established itself as the quote unquote like video game streaming platform, right? It was the first of its type, and now when people think of live streaming, at least video games, they think of Twitch. That's just kind of how it works. YouTube and Facebook are certainly creeping up in the market, share of that market. But Twitch is the de facto place. But that's why if you stream on Twitch, you need other platforms like YouTube, like Facebook, like Twitter, like TikTok that you can build your influence and build your viewers and your followers and use those places to quote unquote blow up and then redirect people over to Twitch. So what is this song? Gato Preto. Okay. Thought sure. Here we go. Oh man. All right. Well, apologies again for the late notice and the confusion on the stream, whether it was happening or what time it was happening or whatever. Today is Tuesday. Friday is not, what are you doing? Is not New Year's Eve. So I will definitely be streaming on Friday. Right, Country Girl? There's no events coming up that I'm forgetting about, right? Nothing on the calendar. There's nothing on my calendar. So I am streaming on Friday. Yeah. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. There's a schedule. We'll be back on Friday at 10 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be back with some more Tomb Raider. You can follow us on the places, and you can join the Discord if you'd like. Get going live notifications and stuff like that. We're going to play some Tomb Raider. We're then going to play some Noita. And then we'll figure out what we're doing after that. That'll be a while still. So, Jenny, glad to hear from you. Glad to hear you are, or at least were, doing better for Christmas at least. Hope to see you again on Friday. Eric, glad you are back and you survived your mad concert rush. I'm doing better. Thank you so much. Awesome. Glad to hear it. All right. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and raid WoW Grandma as we sign off. We got 6 viewers in the stream, so send a few her way. You have a great night as well, Eric. Thanks again for that book, for letting me borrow that, even though I didn't read it. I listened to the audiobook. It was still really good, and I appreciate it. Oh, music stopped. All right, I guess that means stream's over. We're gonna raid. Thanks, everyone. Love you all. Bye.